The Brocken is the highest peak in the Harz Mountain range, which straddles the old border between East and West Germany. 1/10 of the Harz region is now part of a huge national park, and today Anne-Katrin goes to visit some of its more prized residents. The Harz now has a lynx population again.
For more than 200 years, the lynx had disappeared here from the Harz Mountains, but it's also due to the opening of the borders that it was made possible again for the lynx to find a home here again, and therefore the Harz Mountains are the only place in Germany where it was made possible that they found a new home with the help of humans.
25 lynxes have been released back into the wild over the past 9 years, and the next generation is already on the prowl. Ola Anders is in charge of the project. He estimates there could be up to 80 lynxes in the Harz Mountains.
So when I go hiking in this area, do I have to fear that a lynx will cross my way?
You don't. Lynxes are pretty shy animals, and during the last 10 years, since lynxes have been reintroduced into the Harz Mountains, there's no hiker been attacked by lynxes. And, well, lynxes move during the night, and so it's rather seldom that you really see them.
People have likewise reclaimed this part of the Harz in recent years. The old border separating East and West Germany ran through the Harz, and the Brocken summit was located in the east. Adorning the peak was a military spy station. At the end of the 19th century, a special mountain railway was opened for tourists. But when the border between the two Germanys was closed in 1961, the Brocken was put out of bounds for civilians and turned into a military zone. Gerd Borchert is an expert on the history of the Brocken. A former museum director, he grew up in East Germany and recalls riding on the train as a young boy.
Do you remember your first trip with this train after the wall came down?
For 28 years, we weren't allowed to take the train. Although it started running in 1899, it didn't serve the public for 28 years. Traveling on it again was a very moving experience.
700,000 tourists a year now enjoy being taken to the summit by the venerable old steam engine. Our journey took just under an hour, definitely the quickest way of scaling the 1,100-meter high peak. Hiking enthusiasts like Karl Berke prefer their own 2 feet, of course. For almost 30 years, the top of the Brocken was unattainable. But today, he's free to enjoy the panoramic view from the former spy station, which was decommissioned 20 years ago. In December 1989, the Brocken summit was symbolically reconquered by thousands of East German civilians. The soldiers on guard were soon persuaded to open access to the peak.
So how did you feel when you were all of a sudden on this forbidden hill here?
It's hard to put into words. It was just crazy. The tears still come to my eyes about it today. It was incredible, unbelievably happy to be able to go up there again and be free. That was the crucial thing.
Dieses Glück, hier wieder hoch zu dürfen, irgendwo freier Mensch zu sein. Das war das Entscheidende.
In the months that followed, Karl Berke hiked up the Brocken practically every Sunday. He still goes up the mountain several times a year.
Just like Karl Berke, a lot of people use the possibility to come up here to the Brocken ever since the borders opened. When the weather is nice, up to 20,000 people a day come up here, and I get the impression it's sort of a compensation for the almost 30 years when nobody was allowed to come up here.
But Anne-Katrin is also happy to take it easy and descend the mountain by train.